Welcome back to the homestead, guys. Today we have exciting news. We are accepting delivery on our pond liner. I started building our pond probably 2 years ago. I'll have to look back at our videos, but it's been quite a while. So some details on the liner. It's like an 85 by 125, so it weighs over 1,000 pounds. It's pretty stinking big. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going the wrong way. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the skid steer to unload it off the truck. So like I said, it should be getting here in the next hour or so. So I got some pallet forks that I'm going to use. So these are from a company called Titan Attachments. You can check out their site. It's palletforks.com, and I'll leave a link in the description below. These are just clamp-on pallet forks. I didn't want to get a whole new attachment. One, because of storage. I don't have a ton of storage around this property, and this is just a versatile solution, and these pallet forks can actually lift over 4,000 pounds. 43-inch forks with the stabilizer bar, over 4,000 pound load for only 200 bucks. That's one thing I love about Titan Attachments. I got this tooth bar from them. Again, another great deal. It's a bolt-on tooth bar. I already had the bucket. There's a Grapple bucket behind me, and I got my Grapple bucket from them as well. And so every product that I've gotten from them, I've been impressed with. So we're gonna try these pallet forks out today when we pull the liner off the truck. But I'm gonna show you how I get these guys on the bucket and secured down. So this is the Grapple bucket I was talking about. This is actually a stump Grapple bucket, and I know I've showed you this in previous videos. The one video I'll link in the description below was when we tore down the barn in our backyard. But this attachment has been absolutely a lifesaver. I wanted to get a Grapple bucket because I wanted to eventually clear our woods over here, and I wanted to be able to move stuff around the property, and just having a bucket doesn't really get the job done. And so having a Grapple or a thumb on any attachment is extremely helpful. And in this case, I wanted to get the heavy duty version of what they had. So this is their heavy duty Grapple bucket. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below. You can check that out on their website. But I mean, there's nothing that this thing can't do. I mean, I've lifted, a couple 1,000-pound rocks with this thing where I just clamp onto them. We have limestone all over the property that I move around. I'm gonna end up building a waterfall out of limestone with this thing. So it's just so versatile. So I can't say enough good stuff about Titan Attachments and the products that they sell. Super impressed with this one. So anyway, let's take this guy off, and we're gonna put the bucket on, and then I'm gonna get these clamp-on pallet forks on the bucket. I had to pull in the shade because I couldn't do this in the greenhouse. It's way too hot in there. So what we're gonna do is I have a spot on this bucket. There's a little ridge, like a reinforcement piece of steel for the bottom of this bucket, and it's about right here. So I wanna stick my forks on that reinforcement bar. That will be the first thing I do. And then after we get our forks in position, then we'll put the stabilizer bar on. So let's go ahead and get the forks clamped on here. The way I put these on is I tilt it in first, and then once it's tilted in, I lay it down. Now make sure I'm on that piece of metal, and yeah, about perfectly on that piece of metal. You want to get these as square as possible, but what the stabilizer bar is going to do is it's going to tie them together so that they are pretty square anyway. So once they're on, all you do, obviously, and you can help this process, just lift up on the front, kind of bolt this thing down. That's why I love these clamp-on bars, just because they're so easy to get on and off. Let's get this other one on. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our stabilizer bar and we are going to put it on our forks here. So the stabilizer bar has a little a lock nut here. We're going to loosen that lock nut up. And I think this is actually what the hand is for. I might swap that out for the hand version. Yeah, that's what it's for. So it's just a quicker way to cinch it down there. And we'll loosen up each one of these end points. Now we get our stabilizer bar on. Clamp our lock nut down, and then we'll do the same on both sides. All right guys, that's it. Got our forks on, stabilizer bar on, and next thing we do is just wait for the truck to get here. Once the truck gets here, we will get that pond liner off. So I'll check back in whenever the pond liner shows up. All right guys, pond liner just got here. Let's go get this thing. Yes. Man, this has been 2 years in the making. I remember the day that my buddy came over with his excavator that he lent us and started digging this hole. This mud pit right here. Little did I know it was gonna take us this long to get to this point. Trial and error. Man, we went through so many different scenarios to get this pond to work. You know, So many different trial and error issues came up, and we got to this point right here. Super excited. As you can tell, this is a big moment for us to be able to get this pond done, finished, and irrigate our crops with it, swim in it, put fish in it, all sorts of things. Water is such a crucial asset on property, and we have a way to harvest it now. So this is huge, guys. This is a really big moment for Goshen and for where we're going. You know, I set out to dig this pond by faith, really. I didn't know what I was doing, didn't have a clue how to dig a pond, and would just hope that it would work somehow. But I always knew in the back of my head, you know what, if this doesn't work, we could possibly need a pond liner, and that'll cost a bit of money. And so, you know, we went through all the different situations. We tested the soil to make sure it would be okay. Looked okay. Well, turned out not okay. We tried the garden silage tarp, and that didn't work either. And so here we are, a couple years later, but better for it because we learned so much in the process. I never discount something because it's hard or it takes a process to get through. Yeah, I throw fits, I get frustrated, you know, just like anybody else out there. But you know what, if you persevere, if you keep going, if you keep trying, it'll pay off in the end. Trust me, it'll pay off. So anyway, here it is, guys. This is it. This is the 124 by 84 pond liner by Western Environmental Pond Liner. You can check them out at westernliner.com. Great company. This was a super affordable pond liner for its size. They typically don't do any ponds under an acre, and so we really lucked out finding these guys and having them work with us. And so go check them out, guys. Awesome company, westernliner.com. There's a special way to unroll these things because they're extremely heavy. Like I said, this one's just over 1,000 pounds. So what we're gonna do is, before we do any unrolling, before we do anything, I'm gonna make sure the land is graded as I want it, because I'm not gonna move it after this. And what I'm gonna do is get down in the bottom of this pond, and now that it's dry season, I'm gonna start digging up a little bit more dirt. I'm gonna make it a little bit deeper, just a bit deeper, because we have some extra length with the liner that we can play with. And then I'm gonna go ahead and straighten out these banks, and I'm gonna dig my trench, and we're gonna put the liner in, man. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a fun time. Hopefully we can have this thing in and done in about 2 weeks. That's the goal, because when the rain starts to come again towards the later part of the summer, we really want to take advantage and harvest that water that comes down the creek here and be able to pump this thing up. It takes about 3 days with the water pump I have over here to pump the pond totally full. It's about 260,000 gallons, something like that. I did the math by measuring. For the forks, they did awesome. I'm not experienced with using forks, but as far as I can tell, they did great. I mean, it lifted this no issue. Of course, that has a lot to do with the machine, but these forks, like I said, are rated for 4,000 pounds, so they can do some work, if you know what I mean. But I'm super satisfied with them. And honestly, if you're looking for a solution for forks and you don't have a ton of room to store equipment, or you just want a cheaper option, here you go, right here. 200 bucks for this whole setup that can lift up to 4,000 pounds. Pretty impressive. So go check them out. Like I said, link in the description below where you can get some of your forks for your machine, for your tractor. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay connected with our videos by hitting that subscribe button, and we will be installing this pond liner and getting this whole pond set up. I will walk you through the whole process. We're gonna try to do with the best we can and documenting this whole process with getting the pond finished. So stay connected with our journey, and check us out on Instagram at Goshen Farm and Gardens. We post there nearly every single day, so follow us over there. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see y'all in the next one.